Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Emeka, and I'm back with another reaction video. And today we are checking out a video by Raymar called the Defender Who Forgot How to Defend. The player that we're talking about today is the king, the GOAT. No, I'm joking. It's Harry Maguire. I mean, I'll say this as a Manchester United supporter. Harry Maguire is doing so good this season on the bench. He's bench warming, and I like him there. You know what I mean? I like when the camera pans to him and he is just not happy, you know? But I kind of feel bad for the hate that he gets a little bit. You know, I feel bad, but I don't like him playing, but I feel bad. Let's go ahead and check this out, man. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let me know what videos you want me to react to. If anything similar like this, let me know. Shout out to Raymar. I like the video for sure because that helps with the YouTube algorithm, helps YouTube push the video out. You know, so do me a favor. It only take 2-3 seconds. So like that button. And let's check this out.
Now Harry, particularly in those positions,
The coach, England coach.
he's top quality. In my opinion, he's the best centre back at his club as well.
What? The best center back at his club? Unless we're talking about a different club. It's not Manchester United. He's the worst. Oh.
Unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you've heard all the jokes. Easily the #1 most viral footballer in the world this past year is no other than a defensive specimen himself, Harry Maguire.
Oh, what a pass.
The biggest meme in the footballing world today. Almost impossible to think that just a few short years ago, he was actually a solid player. Man United fans would even...
Wait, he was? Was he that good at Leicester? I know his first season for Manchester United, he didn't do too bad. But last season, I'm like, what happened?
Boo their own captain. But it's gotten so bad that now, during a recent Nations League match against Germany, even his own countrymen have started to boo him. The very same person that they used to cheer for not too long ago. So what did ever happen to Harry Maguire? And how did he suddenly forget how to play defense? Well,
good question.
I think that I might have it figured out. So today, let's take a look.
Got you. Subscribe to Raymar Football.
Really
subscribe to me too.
On the pitch. His defensive presence is so noticeable that without him on the pitch, Man United has yet to lose a single match this season.
See? Him being on the bench has been beneficial. Like, it's helped us out. We beat Arsenal, we beat Leicester City, we beat Southampton. We beat Man United. If he had played against Man City, I think he was injured, I think. But if he had played against Man City, score might have been different, you know?
Like, they instantly transform into a much better squad. But if you really want to see how the stat plays out throughout the season, then there's no better way than using today's sponsor, OneFootball. With OneFootball, you can see all the live...
Let's skip that a little, just a little bit, you know?
Link in the description to download OneFootball today. In all seriousness, how did it really get like this? I don't think I've ever seen a player become as ridiculed and as memed as quickly.
Why is he pulling Shaw? What's wrong with this guy?
As Maguire has. And trust me, I may joke about it, but I also have to feel bad for the guy. You have to remember that just a few years ago, he was signed for an unbelievable £80 million.
Facts.
Legitimately one of the highest signing records in history. Close to names like Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar. In fact, it's the highest fee that has ever been paid for a defender. So
wow.
He had to be at least a bit decent back then to receive such an insane valuation, right? We have to go back a few years to really understand how Maguire came to the spotlight. Before all the constant lowlights, Maguire was a solid and upcoming defender who was scoring game-winning headers and winning Man of the Match awards in his debut season, if you can believe it. Although it was in the third-tier league in England, his time with Sheffield United was quite successful by all means. He was even named the Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year for the club, also making it to the 3rd Division Team of the Year in just his first season alone. And I know.
Are we talking about the same Harry Maguire? Does he have a clone? You're telling me that he used to be really, 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 really good? Or is it that he's playing for Manchester United, a big team, and not all players can perform for a big club like that? Is that what's going on?
It's the third tier division, but even then, those players are ballers, at least compared to probably everyone watching this video right now. Maguire would perform better in his last 2 seasons with Sheffield than his entire time at Man United so far, scoring nearly twice as many goals as well. So at just 21 years old, still very young, Maguire proved himself good enough to land in the Premier League playing for Hull City. And although he'd go on loan throughout his first year, it would be in the 2016-2017 season that Maguire had finally become a regular starter for the club.
This is the same Maguire. I think this is against Manchester United too.
Club at only 23 years old. He would be voted for by both Hull City fans and players as the club's player of the year. Yes, you heard that right. At 23 years old, Harry Maguire was a genuine captain and player of the year for an actual Premier League squad. The man was legitimately a solid defender. He had no hate towards him, no memes, and a good amount of respect from fans and teammates alike. His value would go from 2.5 million all the way to 12 million pounds, almost a 10x price increase when he moved to Leicester City the very next year.
Leicester City.
2017-18 season. The man played every single minute of that season, so Leicester City got all the value they paid for. And say what you will about the man, but he's an absolute tank. He's giving it his all on the pitch.
Absolute fridge. I like that.
Club player of the season. So if we put our recent memories of him at Manchester United aside, Maguire was quite a defensive force. He's a big guy and was very proficient with stopping aerial threats. Although he's never been an amazing one-on-one defender, he was genuinely good at clearing the ball and helping his team with clean sheets. But it was in 2018, playing for his country, that he really started to get attention.
2018.
Up, I dare say he was actually one of England's most solid players, scoring a goal and even giving an assist to Harry Kane, which, as a defender, really speaks a lot. One thing that's actually really underrated about Maguire is his passing. Sure, lately the man has been making a lot of mistakes, but he has almost as many assists as he has goals, with 24 and 28 respectively throughout his career. Just how many defenders could you name that would provide a similar output? Actually, if you go back in time, then you'd probably look at Maguire as one of the up-and-coming, soon-to-be best defenders all of England. I'm very sorry.
Are we talking about the same Harry Maguire? This is hard to believe.
Thus, Manchester United, as distressed as they were,
good pass.
some changes defensively. And as history would have it, they would actually back out of their initial bid of 70 million, only to end up buying him shortly after for an insane 80 million pounds. Leicester City definitely made a bag out of that sale for sure. During his first year with United, he was a very solid player. Sure, mistakes as a defender are inevitable. It was good enough that United had improved from 6th place all the way to 3rd in Premier League standings, playing every single minute of their 38 matches, becoming the first United player to do it since 1995. But in the 2020 Euros,
I remember this goal. I saw this. I was screaming. What a goal.
During the tournament and seemed as confident as ever, scoring goals and calmly sinking in penalties. But England would unfortunately fail to bring it home. However, many would start to see Maguire in a different light, like the captain and leader that he always was. And as we all know, he would actually become United's captain. In the 2020-2021 season, Maguire was easily one of the most solid defenders in the Premier League. United were 2nd place and even made it all the way to the Europa League final. But unfortunately, due to an injury, Maguire had to sit out, which penalties.
So who knows? Maybe we would have won if he had played, because that was a good season for him. Or maybe not. We probably would have conceded more goals.
1-1 draw. Heck, if Maguire was there, they might have damn well won the trophy.
Just like I said, maybe.
England's highest scoring defender of all time that year, beating out even John Terry. But this now takes us to the 2021-22 season, where Maguire's career would start to go downhill. He would make a string of poor defensive mistakes that led to some viral lowlight, which would only snowball further and further as he continued to make even more of them. Maguire's 34 appearances in the 2020-21 season.
So this is 2 seasons ago. This is last season. Look at the difference. Clean sheets, goals conceded. Everything is just worse. Tackles. Okay, he had more tackles here, but he had more fouls. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that had nothing to do with anything. But tackle success. I mean, there were some positives a little bit. Last man tackles. some positives.
He
But where it
the team to
mattered.
13 clean sheets, but next season it would drop by over 50%. With
Damn.
only 6 in the 2021-22 season. In fact, his interceptions would also drop by nearly half, from 60 all the way to 32. Clearances would
Damn.
drop from 122 to only 100. And what he was best known for, his heading clearances, would drop from 86
Oh
to
my
57.
gosh.
Recoveries would drop from 199 to 148. Duels won tanked from 203 all the way to 132, with the aerial battles won plummeting from 135
That's
all the
almost
way to
half.
75. Not only was he performing way below average, watching him, it looked like he genuinely forgot how to play defense. I mean, we've all seen the videos and laughed or shook our heads questioning just what the heck is happening. So yes, Maguire was having a very bad year. While not entirely his fault, many would use the fact that he was also the most expensive defender ever to justify the blame. And yeah, I agree, they kind
So
of...
do you think the pressure of how much he was like of his price tag is getting to him? I don't think it should. I mean, I feel like the hate comments from the fans are what's really getting to him. Like, he's not as confident anymore. That's just what I think. I don't think the price tag really matters because that's between clubs. You know, just like Pogba.
do have a point, but all of Man United's problems would start to be blamed on Maguire. It certainly didn't help that he made some incredibly hilarious and foolish mistakes throughout the season as well. The guy was prime meme material. United was not having a good season. One of their best players, Mason Greenwood, went to prison, while Pogba, Sancho, Rashford, and many others completely disappeared. And Maguire became the scapegoat of the club. You have to remember, the guy started off at small clubs. He was definitely having a bad season, but he had
I mean, almost everybody started off at a small club. That doesn't really have much to do with anything. You know, some players started off at small clubs and made it to the big clubs.
never faced such criticism, jokes, and widespread hate to this magnitude before. He would even receive bomb threats on his house, which no
Now,
doubt
see, this right here, I do not condone. I don't agree with this. You know, just keep everything on the pitch. But I get how passionate some fans are and how, you know, they just love their team so much to where, you know, they're ride or dies. I just don't condone this,
led to
especially
some
bomb
serious
threats. Come on.
worries for him and his family's safety. And when you add all of that with the stress and pressure of knowing you have to perform well, things can only get worse. Maguire has lost a lot of that focus, confidence, and support that helped him get to the peak of his career just a few years ago, which I believe made his defensive weaknesses only grow worse. Like seriously, I don't remember any footballer ever getting made fun of more than Maguire, ever. I admit I joke around too, but it's not like I hate the guy. Sure, it would have been ideal to sideline him for a good amount of time so the noise could die down, but by continuously having him as captain, and with England's manager Gareth Southgate continuing to put him on the starting lineup when there are guys like Fiaco Tomori, Maguire is just gonna get more hate and likely make more mistakes, which leads to more jokes, memes, and more hate. And I thought it was bad enough that United fans would boo him. Now,
On goals
even
on
English
own
fans
goals.
are jeering every time Maguire gets the ball. It's getting pretty sad. So in my opinion, Maguire should have some time on the bench to divert attention away, and maybe even sign with a different club where he could start fresh.
I agree with the
I mean,
different
he
club.
thrived at Sheffield, Hull City, and Leicester, but I don't think Man United is a good environment for him. I've seen many say that he's justifiably a decent player, but maybe just not good enough to be the top leagues at a consistent level. However, I do wish the best for the man and hope he can once again get back in form or find a team where he can once again show his defensive and leadership ability.
Damn, why you holding them like that?
Hilarious, and I do quite love them, and I do find a lot of them funny. But maybe just keep it pure banter and leave out all of the genuine hate. But still, I've never seen a defender who forgot how to play defense quite as much as the man himself,
Harry Maguire. What a video. I enjoyed this, man. Made a lot of great points. A lot. Again, I feel bad for him a bit. All the hate that he's been getting. But I do enjoy seeing him on the bench. Catch you guys later. Bye.